I reminisce about the love we had. I reminisce about the love we had. Tender moments seem to go so fast. Reminisce, reminisce. I reminisce about the love we had. I reminisce about the love we had. Love so strong it will never pass.
Love Park Connection.
Hey everybody.
Hey everybody.
How you guys doing today? So thank you again for joining us. So how you doing today, baby?
Tired.
I know. But you have what? You go on vacation December?
Yeah, in the beginning of December.
Nice.
December.
For the whole month, huh?
Yep.
Good. Well, I'm
Yes,
glad.
can't wait.
I know. You need to sleep in and get up and get to the gym and stuff like that. So,
Yep. And this is the worst week, so because
Yeah.
of Thanksgiving.
because of Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll be over soon.
Yes. Not soon enough.
Not soon enough. So, what are we going to talk about today, baby? I threw him off.
You were supposed to be the one coming up with this.
So, today, what we're going to talk about is the qualities that we saw in each other before we got married. What were the qualities that made me want to marry him and the qualities that made him want to marry me, ask me to be wifey. So we're going to talk about that today. But before we get started, let us introduce ourselves. Welcome to Love Park Connection, where we talk about the pains and pleasures of life, love, and relationships. My name is Angela Parker.
And I'm Pierre Parker.
And we are a husband and wife marriage and relationship coaching duo. We've been married 27 years, together for over 30 years, and it's our goal to help couples love more, communicate more, and build healthy, long-term marriages and relationships.
Yep.
So, I'm going to get started on why I wanted to marry you
Yes.
and make you hubby.
Yes. Explain. You got some splaining
I
to
got
do.
some splaining to do. Well, when we first started dating, we were in a long distance relationship. I was living in North Carolina, and he was out here, and he would go back and forth and visit me in North Carolina, and he and Tyler developed this wonderful bond. He came out to North Carolina one time, and I was trying to potty train Tyler. And Tyler was not having it. So Pierre was watching him. I had to go to work, and Pierre was watching him. And when I got home, Pierre was like, nope. He had Tyler sitting on the potty because he had to change his diaper one time. He was like, nope, I'm not doing it.
All it took was one time. That boy had some kind of toxics, something in that diaper that was like, it was no. So that was just the beginning. He took a hands-on approach with Tyler. And he treated Tyler from the very beginning like his son. It was never, I never had to worry about, what type of father Pierre would be to Tyler, just because on the onset, he showed so much interest and was so hands-on with Tyler, even in the very beginning. So that was one aspect of, what I saw in Pierre that made me say, this man he's a good one. When Pierre loves, he loves hard. And yes.
he was so attentive to my needs. He would just do the littlest things for me. I remember one time when I didn't
when we were with one car. We only had one car.
Oh.
And he would ride his bike to work. And he worked, what were your hours? Like they are now, 3 a.m.?
Well, it started out, because that's right when I went to a different department. So actually it started out, it was like 3 p.m. to 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, okay.
And then it switched over to
Then it switched over. But he, I was working, where I needed a car. I had to drop off Tyler at school. And then Pierre would bike to work. We only had one car, and Pierre would bike to work. He never complained. He biked home. A couple times his tire popped and he had to walk his bike home. But and it wasn't close. He does not like, it wasn't extremely far, but it wasn't like it was right around the corner from where he worked. He works at the airport. So he did that. I was taking his car at the time because I didn't have a car.
My Beamer. My Beamer.
His Beamer. So, he would go out of his way to make sure Tyler and I had what we needed. And even to this day, he does that. He went out of his way not too long ago to help Tyler out. But he's just, he does so much for us. And he doesn't complain. He gets a little grumpy. Don't get me wrong. He get in his grumpy moods. But he is a very compassionate husband, and not to say that we haven't had our difficulties or our disagreements, and not to say he sometimes has trouble saying I'm sorry, but for the most part, he is just a very compassionate person, and he really just shows his love for me and his loyalty. He's got my back. I know that if I need something, or if I'm in a situation, or if I just need someone to talk to, minus sometimes a mansplaining, that he is just there for me. And I don't doubt that. I don't have to worry about him not being there for me, because he's shown that loyalty. And this, like I said, this started from the very beginning of our relationship. So I just know there's nothing that Pierre wouldn't do to make sure that our relationship is good, that his family is good, and then that that he and I are good. So, those are just a few of the things that really,
I'm trying to hit a brother in the heart,
right?
Now you trying to hit me in the heart with that one.
That made me want to, make him hubby, because I just knew. Just by his personality, I knew that he would be the kind of man that we would be able to talk through whatever we needed to talk through in order to keep our relationship strong. And again, not to say that we didn't have our ups and downs, our learning curve, how to be husband and wife, but his qualities, his just overall demeanor, because he's very laid back, sometimes a little opinionated, but
yes, yes, I have to be.
But he overall he has a good soul and he has a good heart. So I know that I knew that he would be the right fit for me, because sometimes I need him to pull me back down to earth, because sometimes I'm all over the place.
She would be on Venus right now if it wasn't for me. She'd just float away.
I would.
Just be gone.
Yeah, and sometimes I have to lift him up because he's so rooted that sometimes I'm like, come on, let's try, come on.
Yeah, I'm not the one I'm not big on taking chances.
And I'm the chance taker.
Yes, yes, she is. So it works out fine. She can float around up there, but I'm the anchor, and I keep her down here so she don't float away. But then she has enough to pull me off the ground a little bit, so I'll move along with her. But yeah.
So those are I could go on, but I'm not trying to make this a long podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know I could not be married to any other man.
That's right.
Because we just fit. We just work well together. We fit. Even through the learning curve of being husband and wife, we work well together. We fit, but we work at it.
I was about to say, yes, we work at it.
We work at it. Yeah, we do. Even to this day, we work at it.
Yes, we've had our ups and downs. It's just like every couple do.
Right.
We're not perfect. So.
By no means, but we work at it. So
we work at it. Yes.
Your turn. Your turn.
My turn. Well, basically, all of my whole thing is it's hers is it was a loyalty thing with me. And loyalty, basically, it covers the whole, it's like an umbrella. Because when we got together, I had just got out of a bad relationship, and, my daughter was involved in it and couldn't really see my daughter and different things like that. And it was just really crazy. And when she came along, she actually, was like a breath of fresh air. She was there for me. She was very compassionate about the situation that I was going through. And she just had my back. She knew all the stuff that I was going through. And she was my sounding board. She was somebody I could talk to. I could sit and if I needed to cry, I don't cry. But if I had to cry,
you gonna cry in the shower.
Yeah, if I had to cry, though, I could do that in front of her. And she was just very loyal and very understanding of the situation I was going through, and that meant a lot to me. That meant a hell of a lot. And then, when Tyler was there, that he was my little ride or die. He was my little buddy.
Yeah.
And
y'all two were thick as thieves.
Yes. So, that's my son. It always has been. But yeah, it was her loyalty, her compassion, just the things that she did. She took care of me. Yeah, and the whole thing about the riding the bike thing, it was my Beamer. Oh, my Beamer. And I let her, you're a bachelor. I had my little Beamer. I'm cool. I'm like, I got my little 320i. But then her car went down, and I was like, I can't have her and my son on the bus and nothing like that. And they were working she was working way in Berkeley, and we were living in San Leandro. And I was like, nope, look, she can take the car. I'll get the bike. I rode the bike.
Yes, you did.
Through the rain and all of that stuff. And then, when them tires was popping. Oh, no.
Oh, the train tracks.
Tires popped on the train tracks, and I had to walk 2 miles.
Pushing the bike.
Pulling the bike, holding the bike. Oh, man. But, those were things that I wasn't going to let them, no matter what, I wasn't going to let them be on the bus or anything like that. So, but like I said, it was her loyalty, her compassion, the way she just took care of me. You know, she had always been there. And then the biggest part of one, I ain't gonna say the biggest, but one of the biggest things was at the time, you know, I was still doing a lot of music and performing and doing all these things, and you know, for her, she didn't trip off of that. You know, she was always there. She didn't get in the way of my music or nothing like that. And you know, she'd even told me later on that, you know, your music was here before me, so I can't say anything about your music, but you need to make sure I get my time at some point.
Right.
And which she was right. So I would try to give her as much time as I could when I wasn't performing. So, but she never questioned anything about my music, and that's hard to find. That's really hard to find in somebody, you know, because a lot of people want you to be there for them. They want that time. They want to be. I don't want to call it selfish, but you know, they want that time.
Right.
So,
which is, I mean, it is important, especially in a new relationship, that time, as we always say, that quality time.
Yeah.
But I knew that your music was important to you and you had a goal.
Yeah.
And I figured, hey, who am I to stand in the way of your goal? Just like I told you, shoot, if you get a chance to go on tour, you know, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So, see, that type of stuff right there is...
Right.
That's wifey material. Wifey people talk like wifey people.
Wifey people?
Wifey people
talk like wifey
talk
people.
like that, you know, and that's why they get tied up and they get the ring put on it and all that. So, I mean, there's a lot of good women out there that's like that happen to be single. And brothers, y'all better tie them up. Y'all better get them.
Yeah.
So, but... You know, that's the main one. You know, you were very, you know, compassionate, took care of me, and you were, you know, very understanding of the situation that I was going through.
Right.
And, you know, that meant the world to me.
Yeah.
You know.
But we were both going through some stuff at that time. So
we were
both going through some stuff. So,
and, you know, we both understood each other's, you know, situations we was going through. Situations was somewhat similar.
I think another thing I really admired about you, you didn't bring, and hopefully I didn't, you didn't bring that baggage into our relationship.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
You know,
you didn't.
You didn't, you know, you have some couples who bring such baggage into the relationship that they can't get past that and move on to their relationship because they're still they're still focused on the past, and so worried about, you know, is this person going to hurt me and so forth. And I can honestly say, even when I was in North Carolina and we had our long distance relationship, as much as I can remember, because that was so many years ago, but I just felt so comfortable with you and I trusted you that I don't think I really ever worried, well, is he just going to dump me, or is he going to ghost me, or what is he doing out there in California? You know, I mean, it might have been in the back of my mind, but again, that's 30 years ago. Yeah. So I can't remember every little thing that was going on in the back of my mind at that time. But we talked so much too. We did talk, we talked a lot. Phone bills.
Yeah, phone bills. We don't want to talk about them phone bills.
That's when they still had landlines. Wasn't no cell phones.
Sure wasn't, man. Like that phone bill.
So, but I mean, and that was the one thing that I did admire about you, is you didn't bring that baggage, even though you were still going through that situation. You didn't bring that baggage to our relationship and treat me, you know, like I was the problem.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I another thing that I was like, wow, you know, and you didn't drink, you didn't smoke, you were, you know.
The biggest, I'm still the biggest square. Big nerd.
Yes.
Yeah, I was big time nerd at that time. I was collecting comic books, and
Yes.
I was collecting comic books.
We still had them comic books.
Stay in storage.
Yeah.
Storage.
In storage in our backyard. But yeah, I could tell that you had a really good father figure, that raised you.
Yeah.
I could tell just by the kind of man you were, even while we were dating, that you had a good role model.
Yeah.
To show you how it is to be, what to do to be a good father, what to do to be a good husband.
Yeah.
That really showed and still shows in our relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Tony Parker. Tony Parker, my dad. He'd probably be mad.
He's gonna say, "Why you put my name out there?"
Put my name out there. You know, I want my name all out there like that.
But yeah, so I mean, like I said, there's so many other things that I could, say about why, that I wanted to be your wife. But those are really the top ones that you just, not to say that I can't say that you've made being married not so bad. So it's I should say, when I hear women talk about, and again, don't get me wrong, we've had to deal with our own issues in our marriage. But when I hear couples talk about, oh, marriage is horrible, marriage is so hard, I'm like, wow, I'm really a lucky woman because I have a man who wants to make this relationship work, who wants to, who loves me, and cares for me and wants to protect me and wants to take care of me and all those good things. So sometimes it's hard for me, when I hear, women who say, or even men who say marriage is just horrible. I'll never get married. It just seems horrible. And I'm thinking, well, it takes two people who want to be married and who want to stay married and who are willing to work at it and who are willing to put in that time and that effort to make the marriage not just be in a marriage to be like, oh, I'm married, but say, yeah, I'm married and I enjoy being married.
What gets me is a lot of brothers that be putting down marriage that ain't never been married. It's like, man, maybe you should try it before you put it down.
Right. Well, when you're listening,
you gotta find that right one, though.
You do. And then when you're listening to, as we've talked about things on social media, all the negative stuff on social media, then I can understand, why a lot of young brothers and young women who I don't know if I want to get married or are afraid to get married. Which there's nothing wrong with wanting to be single, not at all.
No.
But if you're gonna take that next step and get married, then you have to realize that there are going to be one, like you said, find that right person. Yeah. Find and look at the qualities of that person. Yep. Really, really look at the qualities. Exactly. Don't get enamored by the big booty.
The big booty.
Don't get enamored by the looks. All that's wonderful and great because that's what attracts you to that individual. But get beyond the surface level.
Yeah, get beyond that and see once them layers is pulled, once that first layer and then that second layer and all that is pulled back and you get to the real nitty gritty and see what type of person that is.
Yeah.
That's when you decide. You find out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to?
Yeah, one of the other things I forgot that I look. You got
don't
that
you,
look like.
Don't you?
No, this was gonna surprise you. It'll surprise you. Another thing that I really liked
that I really loved about you is when I would do certain things for you, I always liked your smile. I always liked your smile. And so that also helped me play a role, and it helped play a role in doing things for you because I still like seeing your smile pop up.
Oh,
That smile. Then there's a certain time when she'll do this weird ass Joker smile that she don't. I got a couple pictures of this Joker smile.
Oh, the one when I'm eating.
Yeah, so she eating.
They got some ice cream or something.
Yeah, she's a big ice cream fanatic. So she has some ice cream on this picture. You see this Joker smile, and I'm like, oh, see.
I don't know if I could do it now.
No, you can't do it now. You got to put some ice cream in your face. But yes, I've always liked your smile. So. Aww. Yeah.
Well, your little hazel eyes. Well, and it's funny. I didn't realize, and I know you told me you had hazel eyes, but I never really paid it. Well, first of all, you always got your eyes all squinty.
Hold on. We didn't been married. Y'all know how long we've been married. She just realized.
I didn't just realize.
She just realized this 2 years ago.
Did not. I just realized.
That I had hazel eyes.
But I just never really paid attention, to his eyes. One, because he keeps his eyes, his eyes are all squinty.
Yeah.
They're all kind of squinty. So and I never just really looked in his eyes. And one day I was just looking, and I was like, oh, they are. And then they change color sometimes. And I think that threw me off too.
So I need to be at all times with the high beams on.
Yeah. You get the high beams.
What's up,
there
y'all?
You go.
High beams on.
But yeah, so I mean, I like your little hazel eyes and your little gray and your
my
beard.
gray and my beard.
Yeah.
I know people probably going, they getting on my damn nerves. We don't want to hear all this about all this. Shut your asses up. Talk about something else.
Something else. Hey, we're just talking about. We're talking about what attracted us and what the quality. So
yes,
even though he didn't have great when we got together.
Look,
but
I probably didn't even have no hair. I probably couldn't grow no hair. I probably just had a little bit of dirt on my lip.
No, you weren't that. We weren't that young. 24, 25 when we started dating.
Young. We was in them stupid 20s.
We were.
Them stupid 20s.
But so, yes. Yeah. So, I'm sorry. Anything else?
No, that's mainly it.
Yeah.
Just make sure you peep out them qualities, before you make the decision to make it a long-term decision by getting married. Study that person.
Yeah.
Study that person. You have nothing but time. Don't be rushing into stuff. Just take that time, study.
Right.
And if that person is rushing you,
that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
that's not the one.
Yeah.
It should take. You should be able to take that time to figure out if this person is a cool person or if this person is a stone nut.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because that means, you're going to technically be with that person for the rest of your life.
Right.
Hopefully.
Right.
That's what
but that's the goal. That's the goal.
Nut, but
right. That's why you need to take the time because, hopefully when folks get married, that is their goal, is to stay with this person. Mm-hmm. If you haven't taking the time to get to really know that person, like you said, peeling back the layers. If you haven't taken the time to peel back the layers, then you could be making a huge mistake. Yeah. And granted, sometimes you might not truly know who this person is. You might not really truly know who this person is even when you marry them, but take your time. Mm-hmm. That's the key objective. Take your time to get to know this person so you can make an informed decision on, should I be marrying this person?
That's right. Right.
All right, y'all. Well, that is our segment, our podcast for today.
Yep.
And again, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe.
Yep.
We greatly appreciate it. And
happy Thanksgiving.
oh, yes, happy Thanksgiving.
I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving and spend that family and quality time and
Yep.
get all that good eating. And then, the next day you regretting that you had all that good eating because you didn't gain like 13 pounds. And then you trying to run to the gym the next day, or it's Saturday. Well, you probably sleeping all day
Friday
because you
ate
got
too much.
You got the itis.
Got the
got the itis through the whole day.
oh my God.
So, but enjoy.
Yep.
Enjoy. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, and like I always like to mention, please join our email list at loveparkconnection.com
Yep.
and get information on my book,
Yep.
30 Years and Counting. So again, it's scheduled to come out December 9th on our anniversary.
Yep.
That'd be 28 years.
Yep. 28 years.
So thank you guys again for joining us, and enjoy your holidays. Bye.
Bye-bye.